Hi, this is Rachel with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you our mini silky beads. Now you may be familiar with our original silky beads. These are Czech glass 2-hole beads, and these are just smaller versions of that silky bead. So the original version is about 6 millimeters per side, and the mini version is about 5 millimeters per side, so just a smaller version. And I'm going to put one on a needle for you just so you can see how the holes run. Just like the original silky beads, the holes are across the corners of the bead, so it's a diamond-shaped bead. And you can use these as a square or as a diamond depending on the orientation of your bead weaving. So there's plenty of options. And we have lots of really gorgeous colors of this bead. So starting up here, we have red, lemon, ivory luster, and this color reminds me of caramel. I really like this color. We have chalk travertine, ivory travertine, crystal travertine, bronze fire red, crystal Capri gold, and this has a pretty crystal on one side and kind of a rose gold color on the other side. Then we have ivory, light green luster, green luster. Coming down here, we have turquoise blue travertine, green turquoise, blue turquoise, blue luster, blue turquoise lumi. This is just a really beautiful luminous blue here. Then we have purple vega, lilac luster, chalk red luster, chalk luster. This is a pearlized finish. Then we have chalk, which is bright white, crystal AB, and full Labrador, which is this metallic silver color. So plenty of beautiful colors for you to choose from. And I just want to show you an earring that I made here using the green luster. This is just a simple bead woven earring with a couple of silky beads in the middle, surrounded by MiniDuos. So I'm going to show you how to make this earring next. You'll need some mini silky beads, and I'm using the green luster color. You'll need some Toho demi-round beads, and this is size 11-0 in nickel. You'll need some MiniDuos, and these are purple suede. You'll need some mini dagger beads. You'll need an earring hook, and some smoke fireline. And for tools, you'll need a size 12 beading needle and a pair of scissors. So let's begin. First, I'm going to cut a length of fireline about 2 feet long. Doesn't have to be exact, but that should be more than enough length for this earring. And I'm going to thread my needle. This is always the hardest part for me. Okay. So now you're going to pick up 1 mini silky bead and 2 demi-round beads, and repeat that 3 more times. Another mini silky bead, 2 demi-rounds, another mini silky, 2 demi-rounds, and 1 more mini silky, and 2 demi-rounds. And you want to make sure all those mini silky beads are facing the same direction. So I'm going to slide those beads down my needle toward the end of my thread while leaving about a 4 or 5 inch tail. And I'm going to bring my thread around in a circle and tie a knot. And I'm just going to make that a double knot or even a surgeon's knot just for security. Let's go with the surgeon's knot. Okay. So now I'm just going to sew through the next silky bead over, just the bottom hole there. And now I'm going to, on that same bead, sew up through the top hole. All right, now at this point I'm going to pick up 4 of these MiniDuo beads. 4. And I'm going to sew through the top hole of the next silky bead over. And make sure the thread isn't tangled. And you can see it, the MiniDuos kind of fan out in a nice loop that reminds me of a peacock's tail. I just love working with super does and MiniDuos. They create nice ruffled edges. Okay, so now again I'm going to pick up 4 more MiniDuos and sew through the top hole of the next mini silky bead. And watch out for my thread tail there. Okay, and turn it, quarter turn, and repeat the same step again. I'm going to pick up 4 MiniDuos. And sew through the top hole of the silky bead. And then I'll repeat that one more time for this last side here. 4 MiniDuos. And through the top hole of the silky. All right. So now I'm going to sew through the bottom hole of that next MiniDuo over in the line. And then I'm going to sew up through the top hole of that same bead. And now I'm going to pick up 1 demi-round bead, and I'm also going to string the loop of my earring wire. And then 1 more demi-round bead. And those are just going to fit neatly in this little hole between the 2 kind of ruffled corners of MiniDuos there. And then I'm going to sew through the top hole of the next MiniDuo over. And pull tight. And you see that the hook just fits nicely in there. And now I'm going to go along this line of MiniDuos and connect all the top holes with demi-round beads. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And at this point we come to another break in the MiniDuos. So here I'm going to string 1 demi-round and 1 Czech glass mini dagger bead and another demi-round, and sew through the top hole of that next MiniDuo over. And the dagger fits pretty neatly in there. And now I'm going to continue down this line, sewing up the spaces between the top holes of these MiniDuos with demi-round beads. These demi-rounds are so versatile. They're just perfect little spacers. When you have a little bit of space between 2 beads, you're not sure if you want to just bridge across it with your thread or not, just stick a demi-round in there, and I promise it'll look so good. Okay, we're at another break, so I'm going to pick up another demi-round, another dagger bead, and 1 more demi-round. And sew through the top hole of the next MiniDuo. And once again, I'm going to go down this line of MiniDuos, bridging the gap between those top holes with demi-round beads. 1, 2, and 3. And now at the last break here, I'm going to string another demi-round, a Czech glass dagger bead, and a demi-round. And into that top hole of the next mini duo. And now another demi-round, and another, and watch out for my thread tail there, and one more. So now we've come back up to the top of the piece where the earring hook is, and I'm going to sew through that little bridge with the hook one more time just to reinforce it, because this is the part of the earring that will be under the most stress. So we want to make sure it is nice and strong. So I'll just sew through there, and then I'll sew through the top hole of that next mini duo. And not get caught on the earring hook there. And then I'm going to sew down through the bottom hole of that same mini duo. Okay, and my thread is angled toward the back of the piece. And here I'm just going to loop under that thread there connecting the inner holes and make a quick knot to secure that thread. And I'll make it a double knot, because why not? Better safe than sorry. All right, so I'll pull that tight. And now I'm just going to cut off my thread tails. And you can use scissors or thread snips or whatever your favorite cutting tool is. So that's your second earring, pairing the mini silky beads with MiniDuos and Czech glass dagger beads. You can find all of these supplies at Beadaholique.com. Thanks so much for watching.